Hello, we are back with another film review, and today I'm reviewing The Mortuary Assistant. I feel like I'm saying that word wrong, but regardless, this film was peak. And I know the year we're only like I think next week it'll be April and we're 4 months in, but this is easily, for me, outside of Sin Help, this is one of the best films this year thus far. And it's just great. It's just great. What I like so much about this film, and wait, let me first just start with the premise. So you have this woman, she's a mortuary assistant. She recently just gets the job. She's starting it, she likes it. She's also a recovering addict, right? But something's very weird. So she's tasked with embodying the bodies and cremating them, but she also has to figure out which body is pertaining to the demon. And as this demon is very unique because it understands your past and what that you've been through, and it does differ a little bit from the game, but I think it does it in a great way, because like usually people have trouble adapting things that are as it relates in the game to the source material, and this movie does differ in several ways. One of it being, I guess, there's no doors. It's actually a big and large open space. And that kind of concerned me because usually with horror films, things that usually hit for me is those close-up shots that when you can't really see what's going on, things that are obscure. And this did a lot of open and wide shots, but it still managed to pull it off. Also, what differed from the game is now this person is a recovering addict. They're dealing with sobriety, which also just add an extra layer to it. So that's something that I do like about this film, and I admit it did get me a couple of times with the jump scares, or was it even a jump scare? Because like if you see it coming and you know it's coming, but there's nothing that you can do about it. But I also like that it added the addition angle because like, yes, you're a mortuary assistant, you're trying to find out what's going on, the demon's name and things of that nature, but like it added a depth to it, because if something really was taking the manifestation of something very similar to Pennywise, the way this demon is like it knows everything about you, your fears, and to throw it in your face, but it's also picky. It doesn't just pick anyone, it picks someone specifically, someone that's been through a lot of trauma, to be able to prey on them. And then I think why they added the addition angle is because the mortuary assistant, or even like the entity in itself, is supposed to mirror that perfectly, right? And this is about to get in a little bit of spoiler territory. So if you want my honest opinion about the film, go see it, right? If you see it in theaters, if you see it on Shudder, the film is currently on Shudder, The Mortuary Assistant, I give it a 5 out of 5. Now, with going into a little bit of the spoiler session, but not too much spoilers, it's just more of like an analysis of the film. Why I think it was so crucial that they added the addition piece is because it's supposed to be mirroring what's going on in the film, because she has a demon, and this demon is tied to her addiction, and then she thinks that she deals with it and that she's good. So just see it in the instance, and very early on in the film, she's going to meetings and they tell her like, oh, still continue to go to meetings, still do this and still do that. And she's like, no, I don't need this, I'm already good. And then at the end, she realized the realization of like, the guy starts talking with her. He's like, hey, this isn't something that just goes away. You live with it and you learn to be happy, and I can show you that way. And that was just so masterful. Like anyone who's like recovering or going through something, this is definitely a film that I recommend that they watch, because it's like, hey, even though you think that you've done it and you think that you're done with it, it's a daily battle going on, and like that, and the way the manifestation of the demon is very eerie. And sometimes I worry and I get very concerned because some of them go with the CGI route and it'd be very shitty. I think CGI only looks good in low budget horror films in the sense where it's obscure or it moves very fastly. But this one did something with the practical effects and the way that it's like with these open shots, you see it, it's lingering. It's not something that jumps out immediately because of the way in the skin tones, but it's something that's always there. So having that being paired side by side with Egyptian is like, damn, it's something that's very persistent and it's something that's always going to be there in this daily fight. And you just have to know how to deal with it. So with that layer of it, not only does this film scare me, it gives me characters that I care about. It gives me emotional investment, but then also it doesn't hit me over the head with the message, but I see why they did some things that were different from the source material and not change it in such a way drastically, but add to the story at hand. And with this is a great film. I can't stress it enough. I literally had my phone in the other room. I had the neon light still coming from my PC. And so it was like a little light in the corner of my eye, but I still got frightened because not only is it always like you need like the blood and the gore and things like that, and this film does include it, but the certain things of like this thing knows everything and it's being out in the open, you feel exposed, but then also the realization that, hey, even though you get through the day, this is something lingering over you and it doesn't go away. It's a film that I want to talk about more and more, and I want to share with the world, essentially. And did you know this film was in theater in February? I didn't fucking know. I'm literally seeing it for the first time on Shudder. But without further ado, that concludes my review. Leave a like, comment, of course, subscribe, and as always, caritos on me. Ciao.